Welcome back to Bravely Default 2. I'm your host, TuecerPrime, and we're going to be picking up with World War Default, I guess is what I'm going to call it in this particular case. We are currently engaged in a three-front war against Holograd for the rest of the world. We have already made some serious gains in taking on the forces of Holograd. They have marched across the world to conquer the rest of the kingdoms that are out there. And we've done our best to get it going and take things out. And we've done a good job so far. We started first with going to the town of Wiswald, where we found our folks, Roddy and Lily. They were under siege from undead armies. We managed to defeat these undead armies, who was led by a former pupil of Emma, who had been defeated and actually found out killed by Emma in some sort of a duel. But we discovered that he had also managed to discover the secret of undeath and turned himself into a wight, and then attempted to do the same for the rest of Wiswald, attempted to turn all of the people of Wiswald into undead as well, and actually tried to make Roddy watch while he was doing this. We managed to defeat him by driving a stake through him and turning him mortal, which then the fact that he's been impaled kind of killed him. So managed to defeat him and gained his asterisk, which is the Arcanist asterisk. We then went on to Savalon, where we found out that we were having some issues with not quite a siege in this case as it was before, but instead it was an attempt to do a political alliance. The forces of Holograd had sent a note to Savalon saying, "Hey, you want to be friends? Let's be friends, because then I won't have to conquer you." And so what resulted was a case of political intrigue, where we actually found that there were some members of the council of Savalon actually that turned up dead, and they were, ironically enough, people that were very much against partnering with Holograd. We eventually found out that there was some shenanigans going on here. There was an attempt upon the life of Dromed, the former advisor to Prince Castor, as a way to kind of make the kingdom even more headless than it was. This attempt was thwarted, and we found out was being perpetrated by basically a ninja. Her name was Marla, who we found out was also the daughter of a former lord of the city, who had been betrayed by Savalon itself. We managed to defeat her, where she promptly slit her throat. And we had our loyalty pledged to us by the forces of Savalon that they will help us when the time comes. And that's kind of where we left off. We've saved Savalon, we've saved Wiswald, and it's time for us to move on to Halcyonia to engage with our final general and kind of close up this final theater of the war. So, please, come on in. And let's see how this goes. I have no idea how it's going to go. All right, so we've got our party here. I've kind of gone through and I've got them kind of a setup here that I like at this point. I'm currently running Swordmaster, Beastmaster for Seth because it's busted. I've got Red Mage, White Mage for Gloria because it's pretty strong as well as far as healing, which is really what I need her for. I've got Elvis sitting as kind of a support. We're running with Pictomancer, Sage, I think is what it is. Sage? Oracle. And then we've got our powerhouse, our resident powerhouse, Adele, running as a monk Beastmaster at this point, and she is absolutely destroying things. We never finished grinding Phantom up to max, so we don't know its final ability. Well, we didn't finish grinding it, but I certainly did. And It's actually kind of a letdown. It actually didn't really show me much. So the specialty for Phantom, the final specialty, is results guaranteed. And it didn't really blow me away. Expends 40 MP to guarantee that any ability effect with a percentage chance of occurring will be triggered. This could be cool for certain things. I could see this being good in cases of, like, poison. Or maybe for using dab. But I don't know if it's worth making it... I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. The only person I feel like that it would really work really well with would be to put it on Elvis. Now, because it would also require him to be a Phantom as a main class. So, and it would also cause us to give up Oracle, which seems to be actually not bad. Status Conscious is kind of better, and it's an equipable ability. I would probably argue it's going to be of similar usefulness. We were kind of going over one of the classes we picked up last time, and just how it fit into our strategy. And I don't think that it's going to work out here, because the only character it's really going to be good on is going to be would be Elvis here because of its emphasis on status effects, and I just don't think it's going to matter. It might be interesting to partner it up with a salve maker, maybe, as well in some ways, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I actually do want to take a look at my abilities really quick to see what we have here. Oh, good, I do have that. What was our specialty for that? What specialty one? Moonlighting. Do I care about that? Oh, wait, no. That's the one we care about. In one's element. So, this is actually going to be kind of cool with Oracle. So, I have subspecialty 1 turned on, which means I get access to the specialty, even though it's a sub-job. So, I get additional damage, and it costs less to do this. So, it actually works out really cool, because combined with Dab, Dab actually is an ability that gives weaknesses to everything. So what I can do is I can hit something with Dab, and then I can go ahead and drop, say, Triple Aura, and everything will be weaker, and it will do an additional 40% damage and cost 40% less, which is super cool in this case. I know it's actually pronounced Dab, Dragon, but I actually have much more fun saying Dab, because it's kind of memey at this point. Also, it's also easier for me to say the word Dab as opposed to Daub. It actually takes me a second to think about how I'm supposed to say it, because I don't know, the sound is a little bit harder for me to say. So I know it's said differently. I'm just having fun with it. What's special 2 for Salve Maker? Sure, we can look at that. So special 2 is unencumbered. I tried to break this, but it just doesn't work. All item effects are increased when the user is empty-handed. Any effects earned from compounding will also be intensified, and the BP cost of all abilities will be reduced by 1. It could be really neat, but the only class it readily combos with, as far as I can tell, is Monk. But I'd have to make the Monk the backup class, and we tried using Bare Knuckle Brawler, and it really didn't give us anything in the way of damage. So it kind of was a bust. I liked using it, but this is a stronger setup so far. I like this setup much, much better. So we tried that. We actually tried it. That's why he has 3 levels of Monk. Because we tried out Bare Knuckle Brawler to give him extra power with his fists, and I just don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to work out. Maybe I'm missing something, but it just didn't work. Anyway, so it's funny. Going back to what I was saying about Blind earlier, so it's okay for me to be wrong. I will say this, Blind. I will say that I'm enjoying Persona 5 Strikers better. Persona 5 Strikers, I think, is a better vehicle to tell a Persona story than Persona 5 was, personally. Because I think that Persona 5 Strikers, it it doesn't have as much fluff. It takes you through the game, and it just doesn't have all of the side stuff to do. It focuses on telling the narrative that it has to tell. So, I really enjoy Strikers. Not gonna lie. I want to say I'm probably maybe third to maybe 50% through the game. I'm not sure, but I'm immensely enjoying it. Gotta hit that dab, yo. Yeah, exactly. Gotta hit that dab. The dab is super useful. Though I will. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't saying it that way to see if I could get somebody to come in here and be a little, that's not how you say it, just because it might be kind of funny.
Okay.
Die!
On to the next one.
Our quest must go on.
Just Jesus Christ, he's strong. He is so damn strong. Like, I don't even know what to do with Seth right now. He hits like a damn truck. The only thing that stops him is the fact that sometimes people counter shit. An opinion is never wrong, it's just an opinion. Exactly. And it's too bad that more people don't accept that. So many people they get so upset that somebody else has a different outlook or a different thought on how something looks at it or works because they have different experiences. They have different things that have caused different things that cause them to look at things differently. And it makes me sad because there's somebody that we've rated a couple of times. She's a Unileska. She's a big RPG fan just like me. She's also playing this too. She's a bit ahead of us though because she plays a bit more frequently than we do. But she is the most pure and one of the most hardcore fans of Final Fantasy I've ever met. And she has gotten so much unfair hate because of her opinions regarding characters and stuff like that. I guess recently the big thing is that people, and I think this is so stupid. This is so dumb. Is that people have gotten upset that she would dare to think that some characters are cute together. Like, for instance, that she thinks that Aerith and Zack are very cute together as a couple. And everybody's like, no, that's not okay. It has to be Cloud and Aerith. That's the only way it works. And they, like, come after her, and they're just... It's such a toxic thing. And I just... Like, what happened to just being a fan? What happened to just enjoying it? And things like, oh... Well, I don't see it that way, but that's okay. That's your look. That's your outlook. That's all right. And it just, I don't know what happened to that. I mean, just enjoy the thing. You're entitled to your own opinion. When I say you're wrong because my wife is, that's okay. I know you're joking. I don't actually, I know you're not serious in the slightest. I know that you are completely unserious in that regard. Otherwise, I would take a little bit more umbrage. Oh. All right, then. We got ourselves a military camp over there, it looks like. And maybe it looks like Holograd sitting at the back door of Halcyonia? Uh-oh. I understand why people do that. The ship wars they get so, like, what exactly is what is your stake in this? Does the game suddenly now become invalid to you because people like Joker with Hifumi instead of with Kawakami? Like, does the series become invalid now because of that? Like, I don't get it. Harmful opinions like those that are racist and so on are always... Oh, okay. You are correct. There is some nuance to that. That opinions... I'll come back to that. Because I don't want to subtract from this awesome thing that Talon here. Talon coming in here with that T1 sub for 11 months. Cheers, dude. Thank you so much for the ongoing support. Would you like me to do a bean, bro? Can we get some cheers and some hearts in the chat for my buddy Talon here? My brother from another mother. This guy's fantastic. I also get a shout out for him as well because he's currently playing Persona 5. Just in case you haven't gotten enough of that. Just cleared Palace 4, if I remember correctly. And he's coming in.
Much love, brother.
Why you do this? Why you do this? Dropping a tenner? I appreciate you like heck, dude. I really do. I really appreciate you, and I thank you for your ongoing support. Thank you for your friendship, and most of all, thank you just for being here. We do have a restock of beans, and you got a choice before you. You got a choice. You got yourself a choice. Because we're changing up how beans work. For the regular sub tip cheer of $5 roughly, you get to choose. I can either do the Fiery 5, I can do regular Bean Boozled, or I can do the Birdie Bots beans. But we're also adding here an additional thing. It can't be done right this second because I'm still waiting for it to arrive. But if you drop a tenner in the form of a T2 sub, a tip, or cheer, you also get the option to force me to take one of the Extreme Bean Boozled beans, which is guaranteed bad flavor, and you get to choose which one it is. I don't have the beans here yet because they are being shipped still. I had to get them from Walmart as opposed to Amazon. Amazon doesn't sell them for whatever reason. So you got a choice. I can either wait and do the bad bean when I get them for sure, or I'd be willing to do 2 of the regular beans of your choice right now. Your choice. A death nut? What's a death nut blind? Want Birdie Bots? You want... Okay. So we got at least 1 Birdie Bots. You want me to save the tenner for an extreme bean, or do you want me to do 3 Birdie Bots? What is a death nut? Do I want to know? Sounds like it's bad. Can I just say I love this song? I really enjoy this kind of like flute. This like it's almost like a pan flute or something. Let's go ahead and pop into the city and see what's going on. Yeah, I love Sir Caitlin. Sir Caitlin is absolutely fantastic. Sometimes she's a little extra for me. A little, but she's very fun.
The place is crawling with holograders.
Oh, shit.
But this lot are just grunts. They won't know who we are. We should be able to keep a low profile for now.
They've already taken the
We need to
city.
gain a better understanding of what's happening here. And we need to know if King Vernon's all right.
The innkeeper always seemed to know a lot about what was going on. Maybe we should ask her.
2 to 3 million Scoville is enough to cause heating sensation and irritation to the skin. You're almost 5 times that. So here's my question. Is Scoville a linear scaling, or is it like a logarithmic scale or an exponential scale?
Good. You weren't followed.
Thanks for checking. Guess we need to be more careful.
Oh, there's no need to thank me. Like I told you once upon a time, it's only right to help people.
Have you any news of King Vernon?
He surrendered so that the city would be spared, and then they took him prisoner. There's not much we can do besides praying that he's all right.
My nose is running a little bit just thinking about it. Dragon, thank you for being here. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your night. Get some rest and kick some ass tomorrow. I know you're working hard and it's going to pay off. Everybody wish Dragon a good night and some awesome energy tomorrow, because yeah, she's got some long days. So Scoville is linear and there is a ceiling to it. Like, say you eat something that's 5 million on the same. If you eat something that's, say, 7 million, you won't notice a big difference. Yeah. So it's going to be something that kind of plateaus because you can only detect so much. I know that decibels are logarithmic. That's why I asked, because depending upon how something progresses, a linear thing, it's just going to be a straight increase. Logarithmic, it's going to have, it's going to go up actually quite a bit higher. And then exponential is just going to kill you. It can jump up very high very quickly. So, we'll take a look at it. We'll chat about it. I'm not opposed to it. I just would need to figure out the mechanics of it. Hype Train feels like that would probably work well because there's 5 levels of both. So we'll see.
Do you know where they're keeping him? Don't worry about it.
We should probably try asking around some more. Without drawing attention to ourselves, of course.
Okay. Oh, what's that in here? Shiny! Oh. Horton's diary. Truly the power of the Asterix knows no bounds. My brother was a formidable warrior, and yet I was able to overcome him with ease, and barehanded no less. All I need to do is concoct a story about him being kicked to death by a rampaging horse, and no one will be any the wiser. At last! Nothing stands in the way of my becoming prime minister. Oh, wait, this is the guy we fought to get the monk asterisk. Oh, shit. I forgot his name. Now all that remains is to marry off that bothersome Princess Gloria to someone suitably compliant and appropriate the wind crystal. The only potential fly in the ointment is her unsufferable old chaperone, Sir Sloane. Still, nothing the mercenaries I have engaged shan't be able to handle. If I lend them the asterisk Lord Adam gave me, they should make short work of him. It is a foolproof plan, and when it succeeds, and it shall, Halcyonia will be mine. This is interesting. I'm curious how long this has been here, because this is kind of neat little fill-in here. Wait, actually, is there any more? Is that it? I didn't... Okay, so just close. All right. Cool. I like seeing little bits of lore like that. All right, so we need to learn some more about what's going on here. Halcyon has apparently already been conquered. Let's actually take a look at our shop here and see if we've got any new weapons. Even though it's not a new city, we might have some new equipment because it's progression of the game. So, carving knife, staggering sword. All right, so that's already stuff we've got access to. Nothing jumping out at me. Okay, cool. Let's head on over to the bar. Elvis, time to get drunk, buddy.
Looks like someone in Holograd's army.
That's our guy.
You there. You local. Not seen you around here before.
I've been sick. Today's the first day I felt well enough to leave my bed.
Is that so?
And you are...
Lonsdale, commander of the Holograd forces in this region.
Commander?
Yeah, but who cares about titles when we're in the tavern, eh? We're all equals here. Let me buy you a drink.
Sure.
Now then, lad. What is it that you do?
I'm a sailor.
Oh, man of the sea, eh? Must have seen a bit of the world then. I did some travelling myself when I was your age. Me and a pal went on a bit of a journey of self-discovery. Though, it has to be said, one of the main discoveries I made was that I wasn't half as tough as I thought. To be honest, I was lucky to make it home in one piece.
So, how come you wound up in the army in Holograd?
Well, in a word, son, duty.
Duty.
The king of Holograd at that time was very good to me. I felt it were only right that I paid him back somehow. Bit pompous, I know, but there you have it. Any road up. Turns out I'm not a bad soldier. Don't think I could live any other way now.
Wow.
A word to the wise, though. Even to a simple soldier like me, you're not doing the best job of keeping a low profile.
Uh-oh.
Try not to cause any trouble while you're in town, all right? I'd hate to have to kill you for no good reason.
Damn! That was a threat right there. I don't think he knows who we are, but he knows that we're not quite what we said we were. Oh, shit. Huh. I was a little concerned when this first started because, like, he's being all buddy-buddy, and I'm not sure what the deal is here, but I'm also very curious what Lonsdale's connection to Halcyonia is, if any, because we found out so far that 2 of our locations, the 2 we've been to, have had connections to the places they've been. What's his name? The necromancer dude was formerly a member of the Institute and a student of Emma. Marla, the ninja, she was the Phantom. Sorry, the Phantom was a daughter of a lord in the city of Savalon who died. So those are 2 very strong connections to these places, and I'm curious if Lonsdale has something similar. I'm thinking maybe brother or uncle to the king. I'm not sure. I'm kind of curious though. Hey, princess, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good night.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't bother trying to pass yourself off as a local again, lad. It didn't work on me. It won't work on anyone else.
I
Yeah, be seeing you.
Damn.
Lonsdale, huh?
He's basically said, kid, cut this shit out. I don't want to kill any kids today. That was some pretty harsh thing. Lonsdale kind of knows what he's doing, but I mean, he's not really off duty, like as in so much as that any general would ever be off duty. He may not be actively working, but he's always on duty. All right, so Lonsdale is our guy.
Well, what did we all find out?
We're
I
fucked.
spoke to a maid who used to work at the castle. She says she saw King Vernon being taken to the dungeons.
That's no good. I came up empty, I'm afraid. What about you, Adele? Any luck?
I found out who's in charge of the Holograders. His name's Lonsdale.
Yeah.
This Lord Commander of theirs, Adam, must trust the guy quite a bit to put him in charge of an entire region.
Whoa. So it really was him.
Oh God.
Know something about this bloke, do you?
Yeah, I met him. He came into the tavern while I was there.
He was
Wait.
big.
You didn't speak to him, did you? Did he suspect anything?
Maybe.
Well, he didn't say it in so many words, but I think I blew our cover.
Oh God.
Sorry, guys.
Sounds like we better break old Vernon out of Chokey and hightail it for the hills then, eh?
Good call. Well, I mean, if you're talking like modern day military, yeah, I would say if you're drinking, you better not be on duty. But at the same time, I would consider a general to be more similar to a salaried person who's always technically on the clock.
Has the date of my execution been set?
Still so eager to die, Your Majesty.
If it would help my people 1 iota, I would gladly kneel before the axeman here and now.
Oh, crikey. Look, before you go drawing a dotted line round your neck, I've a proposition for you. Now that Halcyonia is part of the Empire, I mean to suggest that the Lord Commander makes you its governor.
What?
You know more about this place than anyone, and you certainly inspire loyalty in your subjects.
Interesting.
You'd be far more used to them in charge than you would be dead, wouldn't you say?
He's not wrong.
Lonsdale, you...
General Lonsdale,
What is it?
I have orders for you from the Lord Commander, sir.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn his eyes. He's insisting that the execution go ahead.
So much for that
Put me in
idea.
charge. This should be my decision. I won't do it.
Oh.
But it is a direct order from the Lord Commander, sir.
You may leave. This is her doing. I know it. She's the one who put this daft idea into his head. Well, I won't stand for it.
do your duty, Lonsdale. Obey your orders.
I have done. I took the kingdom, didn't I? But victory's not just about winning the war. It's about what comes after.
And if what comes after is further bloodshed in response to your insubordination, if more of my people have to die, what then? As I told you before, I have no regrets. I will gladly give my life to keep my subjects safe.
I don't think that's gonna be enough. Man. Lonsdale is clearly a guy with some scruples.
This is terrible. They've announced that the king is to be executed.
What?
We must hurry.
You're going to help him? Then you have to let us lend a hand.
No. We will be fighting trained men. I cannot let you risk your lives.
Please, yeah, don't do
We don't
that.
have to. All we need to do is create a distraction so you lot can sneak into the castle. A street brawl should bring the guards running.
And what about the soldiers guarding the castle entrance?
I have an idea. Remember when Sir Sloane used that stone to help us rescue Gloria? The one that blinded everybody? How
The
about
bright stone, yeah.
we get ourselves another one?
Aye, that could work.
Yes. He taught me how they're made. It shouldn't be too complicated.
There's using your noggin.
Tell us what we need, Gloria, and we'll go out and get it.
Okay, here we go. Quest 000. Find a glintstone. Think comparing him to Leo is more close than I initially thought. I mean, it's not a bad comparison. I mean, he's got a sense of honor, and I don't think that he's not loyal to Adam, and he's certainly not loyal to Vernon. I think that he is loyal to Holograd because because the way he talks about how he came to be in the service of Holograd, it sounds like it wasn't Adam who was in charge at that point. It sounds like he was either Adam's predecessor, Adam's dad, something or other. And so it sounds like that he was loyal to that person and really is more loyal to Holograd because Holograd treated him right. And so I think that he is at this point also recognized that the she that we're talking about who's putting things in Adam's ear is Edna. I think at this point. And I think that he is looking out for the betterment of Holograd and that he understands that by killing Vernon, all you're doing is cementing in the people's eyes that you are the enemy and that this is going to turn into an insurgency. And I think that he is smart enough to know that that is not a good play. It's kind of a very similar situation to what they were dealing with in Final Fantasy XII with the Kingdom of Dalmasca. They killed the king, and then they were surprised to find out that they had an insurgency, and they tried to stamp it out. But it doesn't quite work that way. You can't crush an insurgency. As we found out in the real world too, it just doesn't work that way. You need to convince them to do things. And I think that Lonsdale recognizes that Vernon is his best shot to do this. It's always going to be a case of, yeah, you're really taking your marching orders from Holograd, but at the same time, you do have the ability to look out for your people. Hey, Gak, how we doing? Why am I silly? What did I do? I didn't do it. Morzak, you can't crush insurgency, but only by... Well, that's the thing, is you need to come in there and you need to root it out and you need to yank it out completely. And the thing is that you probably won't be able to do it because anybody you leave behind, at best, they will be afraid. At best. At worst, you're just going to radicalize the rest of the population to come after you because they may not, they're going to be starting to think, well, what do I have to lose at this point? So, that's kind of my thought there. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at our party chat. By the light of the sun. Hey, Gloria, I was wondering, you know the words Sir Sloane used when he threw the glintstone? By the light of the sun? Do they mean something special? Oh, not really. It's just what children in Halcyonia say when they use them. When one says that they all throw their stones down at the same moment, and if they time it just right, they can give all the grown-ups a fright. Wow, aren't magical stones like that a little dangerous to use for a prank? Oh, the one Sir Sloane used was adapted to glow especially brightly. Ah, interesting. The ones that children use aren't anywhere near as bright. They're just for livening up festivals and the like. Of course, certain enterprising souls have been known to make their own modifications, though they are very harshly scolded when they do. I bet. Sir Sloane taught me the trick of how to make them glow more brightly, too. You need to make sure you use a long, thin one with 1 or 2 cracks in just the right place. So he taught you in case you ever needed to use the trick yourselves? Yes, and when he did so, we also agreed that we use the same words as the children of Halcyonia to signal when to cover our eyes. Nice. Hey, did you ever get pranked by those kids yourself, Gloria? No comment. That's a yes. That's a yes. Yeah, it kind of sounds like those party poppers, like you throw them at the ground and they pop. I have a name for you to watch. Okay, what do you got for me, Gak? What do you got for me? Lay it on me, buddy. I've already seen Rising of the Shield Hero, actually. Rising of the Shield Hero is one of my favorite recent animes. It's so good. I'm kind of hoping that they actually get a second season at some point because it is really good. I was watching that as it came out. It was so good. Apparently there's a ton of different Shield Hero stuff out there other than just the anime. Like there's tons of light novels. I think there's a game or two maybe. Okay, so wait, what am I looking for here? Am I cutting something down? Oh, we also need to turn these on. All right. Materials ready to make one said to be plentiful in the grasslands. Okay. They don't appear to be too plentiful right now. Choppy, choppy, I go chop of all the grass. Okay. Hey, there's one. Plentiful my eye. Do I chop is it the trees? Or can it come from anything? If you kill a dragon, what the fuck do you think happens to its course? If you move a despot, who's gonna take command? I think your actions have consequence. Exactly. Oh, okay, they can be anywhere. All right, cool. Yeah, it's something that he doesn't really think it through very well when he does it. To be honest, he does get railroaded quite a bit, though. Hey, all right. That's all 4. Let's actually pop back into this. I also have some side quests to do in this area as well. Oh, wait, no, we don't want that one. Oh, that's the only ones. Okay, so we have a couple of side quests here to take care of. Collect horsetail buds. So where did those come from? Down the Meadows of Halcyonia, that's a different story. Okay, so we got to find horsetail buds here, and then we can go up north for something else. It's one of your favorite pieces of music from the Bravely Default series. I'm going to put this out there. This music is all really, really good. My favorite song, though, is actually from the first game. It's called Baby Bird. So y'all remember that the characters get special themes when they go and do their special attack. They have something very similar in Brave. Oh, that's a guy. They all have something similar in Bravely Default 1. And Baby Bird is the theme for the character of Adia. And it's this wonderful, this beautiful sax song. It uses soprano sax, and I really wish I had the music for it, because it's super cool.
On to the next one.
But I'll be very frank, there's no music in this game that I dislike. Oh, I gotta fix something. I gotta fix something real quick. There's not a single song in this game I dislike. I've heard that reincarnated as a slime gets super dark. Found a glaive. 24 PG. So Okay, so do I need to go to a different spot? Okay, maybe I gotta go specifically to where these markers are, as opposed to just anywhere in the fields. Oh. Yeah, go specifically to the markers. Never mind. Okay, that was stupid. I mean, as far as stuff I've been watching recently, I've been watching through Deep Space Nine for my first time. And I'll tell you right now, it is quickly becoming, if not my favorite, definitely tied for my favorite Star Trek show. Because of of how the stories are written. I've enjoyed that show so much. I love the characters. The serial storylines are wonderful because I love those connected storylines as opposed to like the every week we have something that happens and it goes back to the beginning and like no development really happens in those stories. So this is my first time watching it, so it's I'm just kind of soaking it all in. Oh, cool. Got all three. All right. I'm currently roughly halfway through the entire show. I'm on season 4, about halfway through season 4. We're getting to the point where we're about ready to kick off the main, I guess, conflict of the entire show from what I've been told. And I'm really looking forward to it because there's been so much interesting intrigue and story going on here. It's really building a lot. And while I was talking about this in Discord today, while I like some of the characters better from Next Generation, I think that I've come to the conclusion that people watch Next Generation with either rose-tinted glasses or they're remembering the movies more so than the show. Because the movies have a much different tone than the show does. It's much more action-based. And I think that for the most part in Next Generation, there is a handful of actors that carry the rest of the show. Patrick Stewart, Jonathan Frakes, and Brent Spiner, in my opinion, really carry that show because I think that their characters, Picard, Riker, and Data, really they have the strongest personalities on that show, I think. And while there are a couple of others that I think pop up that are good as well, and I'm not saying that the other characters are bad, but those three, I think, kind of carry the show. And they're really what make it good, especially Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart, I adore him on that show. He is such a good actor. Voyager is best Trek in my opinion. Janeway is best Captain. Fight me. I haven't seen all the Star Trek shows, so I can't say for sure. I might go back and I might start watching some of the other ones like Enterprise and Discovery, which I think Discovery is still being made if I remember right. I might start watching those at some point just to kind of get a better feel for how things are. But I think so far that Deep Space Nine is at this point at least the equal of Voyager, which is currently my favorite Trek show. Voyager, I think, is a better series than Next Generation, but I enjoy Picard better than Janeway, to be honest. In here. All right, well, are we ready? Do we have... Yeah, we're ready to go. Thank you. I'll get to making the glintstone right away. Okay, here we go. I don't know why it's a 3-star quest. Like, there's no reason that should be at any difficulty. With my limited exposure due to only playing the demos, my favorite bit of music for Bravely Default games, I think, is sort of a spoiler. But since I guess it actually appears in the demo, it's okay to mention. Yeah, go ahead. You're good. My second favorite song is Love's
Did
Vagrant.
you manage to work out how to make those
which
special stones?
actually pops up in here.
Yep. How are things over here?
All good, thank you. I found a couple of big fellas who've agreed to start a scrap as soon as I say the word.
Man, you're the
Thank
best.
you so much.
You're the best,
It
girl.
won't be happening for a little while yet, though. Why don't you rest up in the meantime? After all, you'll be needing all your energy if you're going to rescue the king.
All your
Guess we
energy.
will, huh?
Warning, you won't be able to save your game for a while. So let's go ahead. We're going to rest up and we're going to wait.
They should be getting started right about...
No.
And they're off.
The soldiers are on the move. Now's our chance.
Charge! You can't see me. I'm running up behind you to the castle. Go! Lonsdale's going to be waiting for us, I bet. That's my prediction.
Stop right there.
Oh, or maybe
Ready,
not.
everyone? By the light of the sun!
Ah, what's happening?
Oh, my eyes! They blind me! Oh, we're at party chat. I just missed that. Sorry. It's gone. Damn. Oh, there we go. The old war horse. So what was this Lonsdale fella like? I didn't speak to him for long, but it was pretty clear he's not somebody you want to mess with. He saw that I wasn't a local right away, but even so, he didn't come after me there and then. He just told me he'd hate to have to kill me for no good reason and left it there. And this is the same bloke who's fixing to execute King Vernon for no good reason at all? Yeah, about that. I don't think it was him that ordered the execution. You think that was Adam's doing? Aye, makes sense. Lonsdale can't exactly say no to the boss man, eh? Adam is not Lonsdale's original commanding officer. He served his father before him. We called that one. And before that, he was a mercenary. He must have made quite the impression to be welcomed into the Imperial fold. Aye, sounds like a gnarly old war horse. Yeah, he won't be easy to get the better of. All right, well, let's keep our wits about us then, eh? I think we'll be all right. King Vernon, we've come for you. Well then, okay. Probably should. Oh, well, that's a lot of jail cells, dude. Oh, hey, Vernon. Of course, you're in the last one.
Your Majesty.
Princess Gloria, what in the world are you doing here?
We don't have much time. Please, step aside.
Yeah!
Now, as to your question, we are here to see you safely out of captivity.
Obviously.
I am grateful, but I cannot leave.
Your Majesty, why?
To make a stand against the Holograders would mean war. My subjects would surely suffer greatly. Lonsdale is sympathetic to my position. So long as I continue to do as he wishes, the people of Halcyonia will be safe.
No, we got this,
General
though.
Lonsdale may be a reasonable man, but what of his superiors? Holograd's plans to expand its empire do not end with Halcyonia. What if the people of your kingdom were forced to fight in another invasion on behalf of their imperial masters? That's as likely an outcome as any, isn't it?
Your Highness.
Your people need you to remain alive. The people of the world need you to remain alive.
Got it, yep.
Perhaps you are right. But perhaps it is not time to surrender my life just yet.
It is not. I am sure of it.
I wonder if he goes to sleep with that crown on. Does he, like, glue it to his head or something?
Then I am in your hands, Princess Gloria.
Great. Let's get the heck out of here.
Lonsdale probably has an asterisk. At this point, I would be more surprised if he didn't have an asterisk. Ah! Company's here! Because every major boss we fought so far has had an asterisk.
This should be fun.
Especially when they have unique armor.
Time to play my trump cards.
Ah, activated the trump card, you say? Well, let's see how this works. Let's see how Triple Lara does. Oh, we have some, Okay, so we've got an Imperial Clubber that we need to figure out what it does. Because he's got a club, you see. He's probably pretty dangerous. Oh, 14k? That's a lot. That's a lot. They order the disco and rave all night. That's a good one, Gak. That's good.
Maelstrom of magic assail you. We all have our weaknesses. Primordial forces.
Yikes.
How very satisfying.
Nice.
Maelstrom of magic assail you. I do like it when that happens.
Critical.
Forces consume you. Wonderful. Maelstrom of magic assail you. We all have our weaknesses. Primordial forces consume you. Brutally.
Damn. Oh, we got satisfaction, I think. Maybe.
Assail you.
Maybe. Or just a lot of
We all
damage.
have our weaknesses. Primordial forces consume you. We must not grow complacent.
Damn. What? Oh, that just tears it, buddy. Hey, he clubbed me. He hit me with his stick. Here we go.
All right. On to the next one.
Bye-bye.
I'm amazing.
Man, I dig this music so much. It just hits so perfectly. Ravo, I think that's his name, the guy who does this. I have no idea if I'm saying his name right. He is a genius when it comes to composing. He did this game and the original game, and they worked out so good. Oh, I guess we're just gonna kill you then.
Nice.
Oh no, he countered.
No big deal.
Oh, oh.
On to the next one.
You're all dead now.
Hardly worth the bother.
Someone's getting stronger.
Ravo? Oh, yeah, you're talking about stats attacks, okay.
Man. Let's have it.
Let me.
Oh, here we go.
I felt that. All right. Sorry, pal.
Did you see that? I'm amazing.
Well done. Oh, you're talking about the spear users. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Uh-oh. Well, here we go. Uh-oh. We actually got to check out some gear here. Here we go.
Didn't I tell you not to cause any trouble?
Yeah, I changed my mind. I felt like I was going to cause
Still.
trouble anyway.
I'm a reasonable man. But do you really expect me to let you get away with this? The only way King Vernon is leaving this castle is over my dead body.
I don't really want to, but I feel that I'm going to have to.
Why swear allegiance to a man like Adam, General Lonsdale?
I didn't. I swore allegiance to the man who came before him. His father made me promise to look after the boy, and that's what I've done.
And how does executing King Vernon square with that promise, exactly?
No, cat, run!
To look
Run,
out for
cat!
the Lord Commander's
Oh.
interests would be to warn him of the dangers of anger.
I saved the
every
cat.
other
I
ruler
saved
in
the cat.
world.
Count yourself among that number, do you? Last I heard, you didn't have a country left to rule over. If you want me to believe you're still worth listening to, you'll need to prove it. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
Ooh. Spear and shield. Interesting.
Okay, let's do this.
Here's our...
I'm warning you, you better be good.
Come and get it!
He's not doing a whole lot of damage. It's okay. I got you, kitty. We're protected.
dumbass.
Y'all saw that. She licked me. She licked me. All right, I gotta put you down, okay? Hey, Crazy, how you doing, buddy? All right. First things first is we do need to figure out what he...
Want to see what I can really do?
As I was saying, first things first, I need to figure out what he's weak to. I didn't even get a chance to see that before Ryu decided he was going to help Lonsdale. Your 2 weeks are in. Nice, Joker. Nice. 88k? That seems a little low for this fight, but we'll find out. First things first.
Get a load of this!
Dab!
Now you've made me mad.
How we doing tonight, Charmzors? What's up, dude? Owner and boss aren't happy. I'm leaving. Well, if you're a good worker, I'm sure that's why they're not happy.
Get ready.
Nice.
Prepare to meet your maker.
Let's leave you defaulting for right now. Oh.
Let me at him!
Well, that's an interesting counter. — 12 out of 15 tonight. Killed KT last night. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Let's see. Well, let's start bringing your defense down some more, buddy. Ooh. Oh.
You
Ow.
are about to witness my true power.
Oh, yikes. That might be problematic. So I'm always supposed to be doing something.
Does that feel better?
Very defensive asterisk.
Oh, thanks for bailing me out.
Well, let's test this out, see how he does.
See how you like this?
Oh, wall just stops damage, period? Is that a permanent thing or turn thing, or is it a single use? Single use, okay.
Time to play my trump cards.
Interesting. Now, is that just physical, or is that magical too?
Let's give this one a whirl.
Just physical. Oh.
No dice, pal.
Come and get it!
Hmm? Oh! Yikes! Uh-oh.
Felt that.
Oh, phase 2.
I doubt you'll be getting the better of me if that's all you got to offer. And if you can't beat me, you've not a hope in hell of beating the Lord Commander. In fact, I doubt if you'd even lay a glove on him.
You're not doing so well yourself, though, buddy.
It's probably better all round if I just kill you now. Come on, last chance to show me what you're made of.
Prepare to meet your maker.
Interesting. Hey, Banter, it's good to see you, buddy. I like his shield, too. It looks really neat. All right, so we're just going to drop a cure to you, because why not?
I needed that. Phew.
Want to see what I can really do? You ready for this?
It's time to get serious. Ha!
I mean, I'm still doing a good chunk of damage.
Let me help you.
I needed that. Thanks.
Yeah, Wall is just giving him a lot of defense, I think. Rampart, I believe, is what's actually doing things. You need to be dabbed again. No! Well, I didn't... That's illegal. That's a cheat. I didn't actually give you a status effect. I didn't give you a status effect. That's illegal. That's what I thought.
Prepare to meet your maker.
Okay, physical barrier blocks the attacks outright. Okay. Sure, why not?
Maelstrom of magic assail you.
Ooh.
Primordial forces consume you.
Come and get it.
Not a good investment. All right. What are you at right now? 50? You're still a little deep. You still got a fair amount of health.
No big deal.
Critical for 213. Splatter!
You ready for this?
Okay, so Rampart is the wall. Okay, so what I should do is poke to break the barrier. And then... let's go. Time for your severance package, Lonsdale.
My blade's a blur. You're done.
Get
Let's
dunked.
keep this going. You may feel a little sting.
Damn.
Let's see how you deal with this.
Oh, shit, still. Holy hell.
Will shut you up. Let's see how you deal with this.
Holy shit, Adele.
That was a heck of a fight.
No, Focus Blast does not ignore defense, if I remember correct. That is the other move you're thinking of. Damn! Yeah, it's Pressure Point that does that. Focus Blast is just really strong, and it does a stat debuff of 20%. I'm thinking it probably must have hit a physical debuff in there somewhere. That was wow. Okay, what is this? Bastion. Bastions are unassailable human fortresses whose shields can stop even the most brutal blows stone dead. Bulwark. Perform a quick physical... Y'all done yet? You done? Bulwark. Perform a quick physical attack on a target and increase the user's physical defense by 15% for 3 turns. Stats cannot be increased beyond 200%, of course. Phalanx. Perform a quick physical attack on a target. Increase their magic defense by 15. Okay. So this sounds actually like it's a better... I mean, this seems like it's got a lot of the same kind of skills you'd see on the Shield Master, just it's more offensive based. So... interesting. We'll play around. We'll take a look at it afterwards.
Not bad.
Oh, I like his
I
outfit,
asked for
though.
proof, and I got it. I might not have been able to stand up to Adam, but maybe you can.
Wait, you didn't let us win, did you?
Not likely. I'd just as happily have clobbered you and put King Vernon to the sword. If I've proved anything, it's that I've not got it in me to go against orders, even when I know I should.
Hey, don't be so...
Night,
The
Germs.
Lord Commander's powerful, but you beat me. Maybe you can beat him too.
But at this point, we probably can.
Lie still, General Lonsdale. Your wounds are deep.
This little lot... This is nothing. Listen, There's something I need to say.
Please.
I mean to order my men to stand down.
Okay,
on one
good.
condition. That those who wish to leave be guaranteed safe passage home to Holograd.
Sure.
You have my word. I will issue orders accordingly.
That seems
I must
reasonable.
thank you once again for coming to my aid, Princess Gloria. In return, I will of course do anything that is within my power to assist you in your efforts to recover the Wind Crystal.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Your help is deeply appreciated, as always.
Might I ask what you intend to do next?
Go to
I intend
Holograd.
to go to Holograd and recover the Wind Crystal.
That's 3 generals defeated.
Good.
Ooh,
We appear to have made it in time.
excellent.
Prince Pollux! And Anihal, too!
We have come to assist you, Princess Gloria, as we promised we would. The Council of Elders voted unanimously in favor of our doing so.
Roddy and Lily coming too? Nice.
Well. If it isn't Prince Pollux.
Roddy, what are you doing here?
Wiswold would have been finished if it weren't for Princess Gloria.
Nice.
We owe her everything.
It would appear that we are all in your debt, Your Highness. And the time has come for us to repay you.
Outstanding. I'm curious how this scene would play out if you did the order differently. If you stopped and if you ended on Savalon, would this scene have happened in Savalon, or would it always happen in Halcyonia? Nice.
We have all, in one way or another, come under attack by the Holograders. Had it not been for the efforts of Princess Gloria and her friends, I doubt any of us would still have a country to call home.
You give me too much credit. Now, if what we have discovered is correct, the attack on Musa 3 years ago was the first act of aggression in the current campaign.
Agreed.
As we are all aware, those who attacked my kingdom that day also stole the crystals.
Yep.
Fire, water, wind, and earth. The power of the cardinal elements resides within each of these sacred treasures. But they are more than mere vessels. They have a far greater purpose. They are the keys that keep a great evil locked away.
Which we're probably going to have to
Many
fight at
years
some
ago,
point.
my grandfather and 3 comrades fought that evil. The Knights' Nexus. Who, or even what it is, I do not know. But its unleashing brought a series of great calamities upon the land. The 4 brave warriors faced it, each blessed with the power of one of the crystals. And after a brutal battle, the Nexus was sealed away once more. But its evil is great. Too great for even the crystals to keep in check forever. Their power must be replenished every 200 years, lest they grow too weak. And doing so was my kingdom's sworn duty. We were charged with ensuring that the crystals remained powerful enough to keep the evil contained.
Interesting.
But then the crystals were stolen, and as their powers wane, the seal grows ever weaker.
Fortunately, upon examining the 3 crystals we recovered, I learned that some of their power still remains.
Good.
The seal should hold for a little while longer.
Excellent.
But if we do not act now, it is only a matter of time before the Knights' Nexus is unleashed. If we are to save the world, we must stand together. The bravery of one must be the bravery of all.
Halcyonia stands with you, Princess Gloria, as it always has.
As does Savalon. It is the least we can do, after all you have done for us.
I still can't quite believe my old pal's a hero of light. But I'm with you all the way, Elvis, just like I've always been. We'll teach Holograd to invade our homelands.
Thanks, Doctor Strange. I appreciate you.
Then it is settled. We march to Holograd on your command, Princess Gloria.
Let's go!
Aye. I can't wait to get cracking some Hologradar heads.
Long live the heroes of light!
Long live the heroes of light!
Long live the heroes of light!
Excellent. Man, she is so damn humble. She is so damn humble. All right, we did it. We did it. We got ourselves a new asterisk. Before we do anything else, I want to look at this new asterisk. That fight was too easy. I think it's because we busted the game at this point. I think we have completely busted it. So, okay, here it is, Bastion. Okay, our first specialty is Default Guard. When defaulting, damage received is further reduced at a cost of 15 MP. The MP's cost is incurred even if the damage is nullified by immunity or absorbed. That's kind of cool. That ain't bad. Invincible. Circle enemies with a powerful light-imbued magical attack and erect a barrier that will protect all allies from a single physical or magical attack. Cannot be combined with Rampart or Velation. Okay. Let's take a look at our ability. So, Bulwark. We know what that does. That increases defense by 15. Magic defense by 15. Rampart. Erect a barrier that will protect multiple targets from a single physical attack. Okay. 30% of your HP to do that. Okay, this will do magical, but you can't combine this. You can do one or the other. Let it just perform powerful light-imbued physical attack on a target. Wall. Increases the user's physical and magical defense by 25% for 3 turns. Not bad. Perform a physical attack that's extremely effective on blinded targets. User's next turn will come around more slowly, but they will default automatically even when it is not their turn. Okay. Performing a critical attack may cause BP to increase by 1. That could be pretty good. Double default. For 3 turns, defaulting will increase BP by 2 instead of 1. Interesting. Sanctuary. Shut up shop. Shut up shop? I think that's supposed to be set up shop. All right, we'll read it as intended and see what it means. Shut up shop so that allied and enemies' HP, MP, and BP cannot be changed until the user's next turn. However, usage cost for any abilities used in the meantime will still be deducted. That is really interesting. I mean, effectively, it's kind of similar to a time stop almost. Only you still spend MP. So that could be really useful if I know a strong attack is coming. I can do Sanctuary and protect myself. That's interesting. I don't know what uses I would find for it, but it's interesting. BP limit up. Increases BP limit by 1, allowing up to 4 BP to be accumulated. Interesting. Did that say special say defense 13? I think that was the name of the ability. So, oh, you had to default 13 times in order to get that unlocked. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know how that would work in my setups, but it's certainly interesting. I wonder what it looks like. I like that armor. That is cool looking armor, not gonna lie. They become immune from consequences, though I might add here. This does not prevent status effects. So this would be a great opportunity for you to go through. And I could set up, say, a bunch of protects. I could set up some poison, some dab. You know, this would be a good prep turn. That would be interesting. So this you could combo it, but I think that you would have to really work to get it to combo right. Yeah. It doesn't stop cost and it doesn't stop status effects, which could be interesting. So, I don't know. There might be something to play around with it in there. Maybe the second specialty does something. I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay, party chat time. Something to be proud of. Halcyonia, Savalon, and Wiswald. 3 proud nations standing shoulder to shoulder. Holograd cannot prevail in the face of such power combined. Aye, this is big, and no mistake, alliances like this don't come along often. So keep that in mind, lassie. This is something very special. Indeed, it's not a testament to it is a testament to the gravity of Holograd's crimes. And a testament to your powers of persuasion, Gloria. Hear, hear! Yeah, that speech you gave was incredible. I've heard more than one soldier talking about how proud they are to be fighting alongside the Princess of Musa. And they're not the only ones. We're all proud to be with you on this. I don't think I've read anything about anything like this happening ever before. Just goes to show you how much the whole world wants Adam's mad plans put to a stop. Well, Musa may be gone, but at least now it has something to be proud of. All that remains is to fulfill my duty and assure that the Alliance's efforts have not been in vain. Alright then, let's do this. Just one crystal to go. Holograd, here we come. Hell yeah, Holograd, here we come. But we learned some interesting stuff. So we learned... Oh, there's more party chat. More party chat. Uh-oh. Peace reigns once more. Alright, that's the trouble in Halcyonia cleared up. Yep, I wasn't sure how things were going to turn out when we first heard the place had been occupied. Well, I'll say this for Lonsdale's men. They're well trained. They started clearing out the second they got the order. I have to say, I admire the way soldiers just do what they're told. I certainly couldn't manage it. I know what you mean. So peace reigns in Halcyonia once more. King Vernon is a well-loved ruler. The kingdom will be back on its feet in no time, I am sure. Aye, the locals must be in the mood for a wee celebration, don't you think? You think I could get a spot of ale while we're waiting to go to Holograd? Do you think that would hold us up too much? I mean, the king's safe, their country's been liberated. Yeah, must be lively in the tavern right now. Stop it. Don't make me go check to see what they're doing over there. You know how much I love a party, but I'd better not. Not just now anyway, maybe later. What? You're turning down the chance to go buck wild at a tavern? It's called delayed gratification, lassie. The longer you put the drink off, the tastier it becomes. So, no tavern for you until we put a stop to Adam? Like, none at all? Exactly. None, zero, zilch. I'm curious how long that's gonna last. But we did learn some interesting things. So we were kind of curious. We'd learned that the Knight's Nexus is not... I mean, Knight's Nexus, it sounds like a place almost, or a country or something like that. But it's almost but the way it's described, it sounds like a being. It sounds like something almost like Ganon in a case, and that the crystals are functioning as almost like the Triforce, imprisoning Ganon in the Sacred Realm almost. And it's very interesting that that's how it's going. And I'm probably not the only one to have noticed that particular parallel. Anything worth putting on? No, this is all... It's not really new. It's just new to this shop. So, do we need to restock on anything? No, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, let's go. Now, how do we get down there? Do we... Oh, I bet we go through that door over there. Oh, okay, here we go. Hey! We can go out the back door now.
Your Highness, the Halcyonian and Savalonian forces are assembled. King Vernon and Prince Pollux await your orders. We shall create a large-scale diversion, as agreed. By engaging the enemy in combat, we hope to allow you to make your way into Holograd undetected. Good luck, Your Highness.
Oh, that's right. You asked what classes I would be, Kirby. I would probably be Red Mage and Sword Master. Because I kind of like the swashbuckling approach of the Red Mage, especially from Final Fantasy XIV. And the Sword Master is just literally a master of the sword. Or are these for when you inevitably get hit with Mass Salve Maker again? Do I really need more ethers? Is that a thing I really need to get more of? Are we sure? I can go buy a couple of more if we need them. I will rest. Choose your party.
Fuck.
Really, bro? Alright, well, I guess I'm playing a salve maker for... I get to pick the subject. Well then. I think we'll leave our sub-jobs alone. Oh dear. If he really is supposed to be better off, ooh. All right. We're gonna want to redo Elvis's abilities, I'm thinking. We don't need that. All right. Start the timer now. All right, well, let's take a look how we do. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Ha! Looks like luck's on our side.
Guess it's my turn. Okay.
See how we do.
Sorry, pal.
I think we're okay.
There's more?
There's one more.
Time to play my trump cards. Aye.
See, he just doesn't do very much damage, even with the fist boost.
This feels good.
Another step in the right direction.
So exciting.
Even with the boost of the damage coming from Monk, he just doesn't do enough. I'm getting lots of herbs, though. That's right. Flee before your betters. Actually, is there anything, any chests or anything over here that I need to be aware of? I don't see any. Okay. There's another one of those gate things. I really want to know what those are for. Stupid's horse.
We've outmaneuvered them.
I kind of like the daggers.
Time to play my trump cards.
Those kind of look cool. Yeah, I really don't like how this works in terms of compounding. It's only good for healing.
Eat sorcery. Pow! Another one bites the dust. Come and get it.
Half damage and they're still weak.
Where that came from. Away and bile your heat.
But the teleporters for when you're done beating Adam up, maybe.
That'll do nicely. Eat sorcery. Pow! Another one bites the dust.
Prepare to meet your maker.
I question what the point of having teleporters is. Because teleporters, I mean, in a game that has decent fast travel already, I'm not sure what teleporters would do for us. So I don't know. Maybe there's something else. Oh.
The Holograders are on the move, Your Highness.
Our plan has not changed. The vanguard will engage the enemy while slowly falling back. The bulk of our remaining forces will then advance on the enemy flanks, remaining vigilant in case of ambush.
Excellent.
We must be patient and not lose sight of our main objective, to keep the Holograders occupied for as long as possible.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Is everything all right?
I am no battle commander. That was always my brother's calling.
You're doing a fine enough job already.
Everyone's behind you. Me and my friends included.
Thank you, Anihal. You do not know how much that means to me.
I'd better head for the battlefield. We've got an attack to organize.
She likes him. Ooh. Here we go, folks. Shot tree. Throwing sticks. Yeah, he does seem like he's more of a peacetime person, but I mean, that's okay. I mean, he seems to be doing okay so far.
The Halcyonians are nothing but cowards. Weaklings who allowed their kingdom to be overrun.
Bring
They
it.
will fall just as easily this time. Charge!
Not this time. Let's go.
Cowards, Bold words. Though it is true that we allowed our realm to fall to another.
King Vernon.
But better that than condemn my people to war and needless bloodshed.
Get him,
To stand
Vernon.
against a man such as Lonsdale would have resulted in nothing less. We had no choice but to surrender.
Yep.
I will never surrender to the likes of you. Animals who have no idea what it means to be responsible for the lives of others.
That's a
Your Majesty,
leader.
The front line is in danger of crumbling. We must fall back and rejoin.
No, this is only the beginning. We stand and fight.
That's a
And
king.
besides,
Leading
what
from the
better
front.
diversion than an enemy almost overrun.
Here they come!
Like moths to the flame. Give your all, men. This is our moment for Halcyonia.
Let's go. Oh, new enemies. Oh, but they're still running. Get back here. Oh, more cutscenes.
Now's our chance! Let's rip!
Hit confirmed! Enemy eliminated! And there's no one moving in to replace them!
Good work, everyone! Operation Muck Sweep successful. The soldiers guarding the city gates have been taken care of.
Thanks, pal. We owe you one.
Nice.
We'll leave the rest to you lot, eh?
Aye. We'll take it from here. Put the drinks on ice for the victory feast.
Everyone, prepare to fall back.
Excellent.
Time to join
Let's go.
forces with the other armies and keep the pressure on. You can do it, Elvis.
Let's go. And all the enemies are gone. Let's see how tough you are, Bear.
The initiative is ours!
I like the little four-leaf clovers on some of them.
Okay, what's the plan?
All right.
Okay. All right,
Time
damage.
to play my trump cards.
Not much more health. Okay.
Now you've made me mad!
Bam! Still hitting pretty hard.
Hey, I'll drink to that.
At least I'm getting a lot of herbs to farm for this in case it gets better later. Reminds me of a class in Bravely Second. I don't quite remember the exact name, but it specializes in using firearms. Probably machinist or something like that. Ama no Kagayumi. Ooh, that sounds like a really good bow. Because it's the same naming scheme as this. No? Don't want to put it on? Alright. Uh, 132, 126, okay. It actually is a little bit stronger than Artemis. Okay. That ain't bad. Can I get another? Tree, you got something for me? No? No? Okay, whatever. Let's see, what's down here? Turtle! Snake. Snack.
Let's put the boot in. Time to play my trump cards.
Well, first things first. Let's actually do that. And then divination. We'll do triple aura. Stheno. Okay. And that is a Megalodoth.
Come and get her. Eat sorcery. You didn't like that,
All right.
did you?
Oh! Ooh, that could be not good. That's not good.
Now you've made me mad. All right, who's next?
One is down. I should have gone with the Focus Blast. Damn.
Okay, what's the plan?
Actually, I should be okay. There we go.
On to the next one.
Boom. That was a little dicey. I was a little concerned about that one. Oh yeah, I forgot that they have an AoE scan. Whoops. My bad. My bad. Alright, anything down here I should be aware of? Any chest? Aha! Chest. Chesticles. Hey, I got some gauntlets. Anything else down here? Oh, hey, another one. Medium experience orb. Nice. Big tree. Chop tree. Chop tree. Oh, okay, here's where we're supposed to go. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Oh. Is this the enemy city of Holograd? Seat of the Empire, Holograd. So, are we just gonna bust down the door?
So, we finally made it into Holograd, huh?
Come on, everyone. Let's go get that wind crystal.
Aye. There's a lot of people out there counting on us.
Indeed. Come along, everyone.
Okay. Ooh. Stand together. Looks like the diversion worked a treat. Holograd's being guarded by a skeleton crew. Still, we can't let our guard down. The place isn't completely deserted. It was one heck of a diversion, though, huh? The Wizards of Wiswald sure lived up to their reputation. Aye, good old Roddy. Remind me to buy him a wee dram when all this is over. A drink? That's how you plan on saying thanks. Alright, fine. 2 drums. It's good to see that not even a situation this serious can change you. Lightens the mood a little, though, I guess. It's not just Roddy we need to thank. King Vernon and Prince Pollux both played their part as well. Aye, absolutely. Who knew King Vernon was such a trooper, eh? He did a right number of those poor Holograders in. Yeah, and Prince Pollux actually managed to convince the Council of Elders to send an army. The soldiers they sent fought bravely, too. That can't have been easy after all they've been through. Both kingdoms have suffered enough at the hands of Holograd to know that the cost of inaction was likely to be severe. And so they stand together, united in their desire to see Adam's wicked scheme brought to an end. We must honor the sacrifices made and ensure that our allies' efforts are not in vain. Come, everyone. Adam awaits. Dram is basically a type of whiskey. You take them in small shots. I mean, I thought it was an amount. I didn't realize it was an actual drink. Oh, hi. I'll take that. So, am I going to have to fight my way in, or... like, what's the deal? Oh, it's an actual town. Okay. New weapons. New weapons for y'all. A's will crossblade. Okay, so probably looking at those axes. So 3 axes will probably be a good idea. Yeah, they don't even care. Like, it's so weird. I'll have to redo my armor and everything after this anyway, when we get our normal stuff back. Oh, whoops, I meant to equip that. Whoops. Yeah, I kind of want to talk to whoever's running security around here, because they're not doing a great job. Oh, interesting. Really? You're still better off that way? Not even close. Well, you know what? We'll leave you alone, because you actually get access to your second specialty that way, I guess. Alright, alright. I also want to take a look at this real quick, because, I want to buy some of these. Oh, God, those are expensive. Because these are ingredients and compounds. And maybe I'll get access to something that'll actually do damage? Yeah, I think it is using the game's logic to do that, because that's the only reason I can think of that it would want him to go barehanded. There is no other reason otherwise. Like, there is zero reason to do it otherwise. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. Uh-oh.
Save, dumbass.
No! No save point, no save. Well, there's the monk skill. Yeah, well, the thing is that it did that even before I put that on. I did put it on, though.
There's no way we're losing this one.
I kind of like that loadout, the way it looks with the axe and dagger. That actually kind of looks sick. Use the axe to attack and use the dagger for defense. Well, first things first, survey.
It's time to get serious.
All right. Lightning and darkness. Spear and bow are our weaknesses. Not helpful. But
See how you deal with this.
not a hard
See what
kill.
I can really do. Right in the soft bits.
Okay, that wasn't bad.
Witness my true power.
All right, let's take a look at some of our compounds. Big contagion bomb. Okay, so it's the same things. What is a squib? Does that just mean it doesn't do anything? No, I didn't have access to it, but it doesn't really help us. Compounding is almost exclusively for healing. It doesn't really help us very much, which is problematic.
Another foe vanished.
Get rid of you, at least. Youch. Do I have anything? Judgment Bolt.
Right on the money. Time
Not
to
bad.
play my trump cards. Eat sorcery.
Nice. Nice.
Another one beats the dust.
Not so nice. Ah, there we go. Nice.
Didn't like that, did you? Away and boil your heat. Plenty more where that came from.
So,
Are killing this.
is it just me, or did that seem like that was a lot of Thundara? I wonder if it's biased towards the weaknesses a little bit. I don't know. You gonna find me? Yeah, I didn't think so. Man, you're terrible guards. Didn't have access to Contagion. No, I didn't have access to Contagion before. Contagion could be good. I guess it depends upon whether enemies have infinite MP or not. Or if their MP is so high that it doesn't matter. We could play around with it and see what it does exactly. Oh, wait, bombs actually do damage. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I changed my mind. Wow. Okay. I may need to change my mind on how I feel about that. That was 2k damage. It was 2k damage, but also remember, Elvis has access to the second specialty, which while he's barehanded, increases the power of his compounding moves. How we doing, Wish? It's good to see ya. Oh, wait, shit, he is No, he's barehanded. No, he's barehanded. He has no axe. He has no weapon. He has no weapon at all. You would be able to see it if he did. I think what you're looking at is the pipe on the back of his backpack. It kind of looks like a weapon at first.
Get ready.
Looks like we did it.
Okay. So, yeah, let me show you. He's got no weapons. He is completely empty-fisted, which means he has access to his second specialty, which says, unencumbered, any effects earned from compounding will also be intensified. So that means that his damage from there was intensified. Can't wait to see the damage of the big bomb. I'm kind of curious about it too, but that shit could get expensive.
We must make the most
Because
of the opportunity.
that contagion thing, that cost me $2 grand to buy that herb. Now, what happens if I grab a heavy, maybe? Do I have many of those? I don't want to use a ton of them. All right, we'll do Dark Deluge. Let's do a big poison bomb. Here we go. Friggin' turkey! Get out of here! I think I got him. Actually, let's just go with the one.
You are about to witness
That ain't
my
bad.
true power.
That ain't bad.
My might knows no bounds. Yeah. That was nothing.
Ow.
We must not grow complacent.
Ow.
Okay then.
Well, that's assuming it is fixed damage, but it does seem like it. Let's see how much poison we get out of this.
You're not messing around.
Time
Okay.
to play my trump card.
So the poison is still the same. I don't think I've seen this before.
Alrighty, I've got this. This wee concoction should do the trick.
Bombs away!
Now that's the way to do it.
Me next. Ha. Yeah! Yeah! I got another one.
Great work, team. I mean it.
Okay.
This feels good.
So I'm kind of warming up to the idea of the salve maker. It's gonna get expensive because you gotta have the damage items and you gotta have the herbs, and those are expensive. Hey, another Artemis bow, cool. So that could be problematic, but as long as I have enough money, could work. No. Where'd he go? Where's he? He got me. That hurts. That hurts a lot.
I'm the hype.
Hi, Matt. Oh my. Mo shinderu. Nani? That's for the turkey. So yes and no, Luna. Yes and no. I earn regular herbs and I earn magic herbs. I do not earn the special herbs that are required to do the poison stuff.
Ha! Looks like luck's on our side.
So when you take a look at the compounding, let's just pick this. So I get the healing herb and I get the magic herb. That's why I have so many of them. The other ones I need to either find or buy. Like this pathogen one costs 2K a pop. It's a lot. Let's try out this. They're being counted as herbs. I'm counting them as herbs in this case because that's how they're functioning. You can't. You cannot mix the magic and normal herbs together. So when you go into here, you have to pick one of these base ingredients. And then you pick an herb to go with it.
It's time to get serious.
So, the effectiveness from going barehanded is not a heck of a lot. It increases it by, what, maybe 25%? Something like that?
Prepare to meet your maker.
Okay, so sleep. Oh, so different bombs have different damage bases. It's actually not the same, I don't think. Because the paralyzed did 1,500, sleep did 1,000, and then his did 2K. We're just gonna finish it with attacks. Oh, wow, or maybe you're not doing much damage. You did like 400 before, dude. Ow.
Now you've made me mad. All right, who's
Better. Interesting. So you see I get 4 healing herbs and 4 magic herbs because I have 4 salve makers in my party. It's interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. It could be powerful in the right setup. I'm just not sure what that setup is, and I'm not sure what the ceiling on that setup is. So I'm going to go back to Swordmaster. I might experiment with that later, but I'm not sure the setup that would work for it. I might leave Elvis this way, maybe. Maybe give him Artist as the backup class. Yeah, let's try that out. Let's try that out. Let's redo everyone's gear. There we go. Okay. And let's take a look at abilities. We're good on this. I haven't tried Splatter on Self. We'll try that. We can try that soon, though. We'll be able to see what it does if we use Sub-Job Specialty. I might take that off if it doesn't do anything, though. I also kind of want to take that off. Because that just doesn't... It's not helping me. That could be pretty cool. What do we want to work with as our final... There we go. It does say it affects equipment. Yeah, this sounds better. This sounds stronger. Like, ridiculously stronger. I've been doing good, Wish. How are you been doing? How's your day been? Poor Adele was so low on MP.
Looks like luck's on our side.
Alright, so first things first, let's default. Default again. Default once more. Alright. We will go ahead and use Splatter on me.
You ready for it?
I became splattered. Now.
Okay then.
It says I have the dab status effect. So I think that actually that worked the way it's supposed to. I don't think that actually helped me. But let's hit default. 6 damage. Good God.
Time to
Default again. Let's try formulation. I kind of want to see how this is going to work with big stuff. Stone. Oh, wait, no, we need a heavy damage. Do a bomb arm. Let's use a numb needle and see how it goes. So, here we go.
You are about to witness
3K.
my true power.
That's the same as before, but we also don't necessarily...
Okay, what's the plan?
We don't necessarily have a standard for comparison. So, here's what we'll do. We'll use Dark Deluge combined with Pathogen, because that's what we did before. Let's see how much damage it does.
Where that came from.
3,000. So that may not apply to Compound. So that might be part of the problem. My day's been kind of been okay, kind of uneventful, though I watched the Snyder Cut of Justice League and it was really good. That's what I keep hearing. I have yet to hear anybody say anything bad about the Snyder Cut, which is cool. I'm really hoping it's good. Because I would like to see it. I don't have HBO Max, though.
Here, try this for size.
Prepare to meet your
So maybe that ability isn't so helpful at this point.
Great work, team. I mean it.
It was worth a 4-hour watch. Would you watch it again, or is it one of those one-and-done things? So attack item amps seemed like it would be good, but it's not. I don't know what would be good. Maybe healing item amp to boost up his healing abilities? Took a critical hit with the 701 damage. That could be what happened here. I'd have to know more about what damage he's supposed to take in a case to know whether it's going to be a good thing. Let's try Rare Talent out. Rare item sounds good. Night Shift is actually only good well, I don't know if that would be good potentially on Gloria. Because that would interact with her Red Mage class nicely, I think. Maybe. And I might want to get rid of... I might use it to get rid of this. Because that's not as helpful at this point. Alright, let's play around here. Let's try it. No! 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 Cut that out! Right now! I will find those Zukas soon. But status conscious and night shift stack. So... my thinking would be the answer would be no. My thinking would be no, and here's why. Status conscious makes it more likely that a status effect will actually take effect. So if you use an ability like poison, it's more likely that the poison ability will trigger and be applied. But the night shift would factor in with the nuisance thing. Because these are a random chance of inflicting it straight up. So Night Shift would increase the chances of nuisance going off, but those are just, if it goes off, it applies it. Not that it goes off and then has a chance to apply it. If it goes off, it happens. So I think that that's probably the reason why it wouldn't work. That's a tough question. If I had anything to see if I missed anything. I mean, that's 4 hours seems like a big investment to do that, but I've also watched Lord of the Rings a lot. That's weird. The movie is shown in 4:3. Yeah, I think it was. Well, I think that they didn't have enough. They didn't have the footage ready to do in a widescreen format. But I don't care about that. That's fine. Yeah, I understand you could set up a guaranteed ailments that way, but I don't think it would help me very much because ailments are not a super helpful thing at this point for me. Like, yes, poison is cool in a stall battle, but I think that those are pretty rare at this point.
Let's do this.
I don't think I need the stall so much.
Now you've made me mad.
Better. Spend one turn.
Prepare to meet your maker.
Guess it's my turn. Yeah! Sorry, pal.
Too easy.
So want to see the effect. I mean, I'm not sure what effect there is to see. It's a thing pops up for a menu. Okay, wait, how do I get... Oh, okay, never mind. I gotta go up this way. I want to get that chest. Because all you're going to see is it's going to say it triggered, it takes the MP, and it gives a status effect. I don't think it's anything worth seeing, is my point.
Okay, then. All right.
Let us continue on our way. Hard work is always
I mean, there's no
rewarded.
need to get argumentative about it, but I just don't think it's worth it. Like, this seems to be a very industrial castle. Interesting.
Ha! Looks like luck's on our side.
You are about to witness my true power.
I mean, yeah, why go out of the way to do it? Because also, I'd have to set it up. I'd have to get somebody leveled in the class, because the only one who's leveled on Phantom currently is Seth. I'd have to level the class to 12 with Gloria, or level Red Mage to 12 with Seth in order to test it out. I just don't think it's... I don't know. I just don't think it's helpful. I kind of wish Gloria was a little bit stronger in terms of offense. I really do.
Primordial forces consume me. Scatter my enemies upon the breeze.
Here I go.
Okay, so Wind does sleep.
I'm going all in. All
Sword
right.
does death.
Looks like we did it.
So, I mean, the status effects at this point in time are just so... They're so minor that it doesn't even really matter. Like, status effects were helpful when I ran into bosses that were very tanky and very stally that would punish me for doing damage. But I have ways around those bosses now so that it doesn't become an issue, is kind of what I'm getting at. Okay, so we got some new items. Let's take a look. Okay. We did change one piece of gear on Gloria. The point is I'd still have to set it up to actually test it. And eventually I might do that. But it's not something I'm interested in doing right now. Okay. It's very linear so far, and I'm not sure if I like this. Extremely linear right now.
Let's do this! Okay. Sorry, pal.
Our quest must go on.
Ooh, got ourselves a new dagger. I haven't even seen that before. Oh, but it's lower damage than the other one, I think. 84. Yeah, it's actually much lower damage. I mean, okay, I'll tell you what. If y'all want to look it up and see what element does what and then talk about it, go for it. Go wild. I will not stop y'all.
We must make the most.
I also found a new card shop in my state that can ship to me for new Pokemon cards for like 50 cents above retail and like $5 shipping. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Are you a big collector when it comes to Pokemon cards? Oh, actually, ooh. I wonder. Playing and collecting? Cool. Is that really the only one I have for a Charm Bomb? Oh,
here I go.
Okay.
It's time to get serious.
I want to try out that Heartbreak move.
Right, let's see.
Heartbreak. Let's see what it does. What?
Okay, what's the plan?
Nothing like the long game.
You suck.
Here we go!
You are about to witness my true power.
Extremely effective, they said. Very effective, they said. It did 60 damage. What the hell? That wasn't even worth the time I spent doing the damn move. Stop lying to me, game. Adele's sneezes do more damage. Hell, Gloria's sneezes do more damage. See?
Sing the heart! Ha!
Here I go!
Yeah, about, 18. Like 4 times-ish. 3.5, something like that. It's... If I had a way to pump the damage, sure, that'd be cool.
Big one, did you? Ha ha! There's nothing I don't deserve.
Whatever, I'm not gonna fight you. Damage fluctuation is a thing, but at that level, probably wouldn't see a ton of fluctuation, to be honest. That's kind of my thought. At those numbers, fluctuation isn't going to be huge. This looks an awful lot like the opening area. I'm going to get all the chests, though. The guy... Oh, I love it. Anybody want to use it? Damn. Nobody wants to use Guybolg. It is a very powerful spear in Final Fantasy lore, like extremely powerful. I'll show you. Get out of here. A legendarily powerful spear given to an ancient hero by a mighty warrior queen. I mean, that's not bad. Compared to other spears, it's a step up. That Spirit Surge ability. So, I'm kind of curious, with effect when used, does that mean Spirit Surge is activated? Like, is it automatic, or is that like a status effect? It's interesting. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's Irish, if I remember right. I think is what Gaibolg is. It's from Irish folklore. Large JP orb. Don't need those right now. Okay. 10. Yeah, that's my guess too, is it probably has a chance to proc it. That's my thinking. Alright, time to save. Okay, here we go. Onward and upward. Looks like this is the point of no return. Better make sure we're all set. Wait, so point of no return for the game? This doesn't quite feel right. Oh, here we go. Adam and Edna.
Adam!
Princess Gloria.
Round 2, buddy. Let's go.
I have come to take back the Wind Crystal. It is no trinket to be used to further your own selfish ends. It is an object of sacred power.
My own selfish ends? What do you know of what I mean to do with it? I would use it to unite the world, to establish a lasting peace for all through strong leadership. Do you consider that selfish?
Yeah, I would.
And I will achieve that end. You may stand quietly by and watch me do so, or you may die.
Bring it. Let's go. Has that ever worked? Has anyone ever just said wait and it works?
What the heck's going on?
Whoa!
No!
Come on, everyone!
Run! Cutscenes coming up, folks. What? He's using the damn wind crystal to power an air castle. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. He's powering an air castle with the wind crystal.
How does a whole building just take off like that?
Wind crystal.
I'm struggling to get my head around it myself. All that shaking must have been us breaking free of the ground.
They're using the power of the Wind Crystal.
Well, whatever's going on, there's no turning back now.
Indeed not. We must compose ourselves and prepare to push on.
So, I don't think that this is the end of the game. I think this is probably a very major dungeon. Kind of similar to how I think that they, if I remember right, when you go to the Black Omen and Chrono Trigger, they warn you It's not the end of the game, but you are in for a heck of a dungeon. I am going to make a secondary save for him, just in case something goes wrong. I don't expect it to stop us from beating it, though. I wasn't ready for that.
This isn't good, is it?
Hey, how you doing?
Here I go.
Well, I kind of want to
I'm going all in.
hit a magnifying glass, solid stance, and then just blitz you. Okay. Oh, pfft. Overkill.
On to the next one. That was a piece of cake.
Not a lot of rewards, though. Ooh, Witch's Whisper. Ooh, rare herbs. Party chat, though. It's time to end this. Adam has turned the wind crystal. Has the wind crystal, and it's time we took it back. Aye, he's a tough cookie, though. I mean, we all saw what he did to Sir Sloan. You really reckon we can beat him, lassie? Sir Sloan trusted us to take care of Gloria, trusted us to take care of the world. And look at all we've overcome to get here. Sure, we can beat Adam. We have to. Hoo-hoo! Listen to you, Mr. Hero. When the crystal spoke to me, it gave me a choice. I chose to live, and that decision led me here. I have to see this through. Aye, I reckon you're right. We deserve to believe in ourselves a little, and you've the face of a world saver if I ever saw one. You really think so? I agree. We have proven so much together. We can do this. Together we will defeat Adam and restore the crystal to its rightful place. Then I guess we better get after him and end this, huh? Yeah, let's do this. We're coming for you, Adam. Well, let's look around and see what we can find, to see if there's any cool stuff. The Black Omen was an interesting dungeon, and part of the reason I remembered it is because I'm actually replaying through Chrono Trigger right now on my phone.
Outmaneuvered them.
I'm currently I'm coming to the end of the first time you go to the future. I just got Robo.
It's time to get serious.
Okay, get a couple of scans. Okay. Strong to bow, I'm sure. But
Yes, I got another one. All right, who's next?
Okay then. Okay.
almost didn't matter.
All right.
Almost didn't matter.
That was a piece of cake.
Yeah, last thing I did was recruit Robo in my current playing. I don't think I've ever fully completed the game before. I think I've gotten close to the end a couple of times, but I don't think I've ever fully beaten it. I think I've just kind of petered out towards the end a couple of times. And I think I'm gonna finally beat it for sure. Hello, bear. Ha 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 ha! Run, bear, run! Feel the power of my miniature space hamster.
Let's strike while the iron's hot.
Guess it's my turn. All right. Sorry, pal.
Bam.
That was a piece of cake.
48. Yeah, I'm not getting a whole lot of experience and stuff out of here. These probably are a little low level. They're probably supposed to be, I'm probably supposed to be a little bit lower level coming in here, or a little bit weaker.
This really isn't good.
Sounds like me with KOTOR. Love the game, but it's just never finish it. I beat KOTOR 1, but I've never beaten KOTOR 2. Marvelous games.
Too easy.
49. Honestly, don't really remember my preferred party in Chrono Trigger. Typically, I think my preferred party is Frog, Magus, Chrono. But I might do Chronomagus and maybe Marl maybe this time around. I'm not sure. So let's actually bypass enemies for the most part. Let's look around real quick for gear and chests. But I kind of want to bypass most of the mobs because there's not really a reason to fight them because we don't really need the experience or anything. Remedies, okay. Okay. Because we're fully leveled as far as our classes. We're already sufficiently high level. I don't think we really need actual levels. So let's just keep moving. Chest back there. There we go. Ripper obtained. Doorway? Aha. X potions, okay. Let's look in here. Yeah. Black belt obtained. That'll probably be good for a monk. Oh, there's a chest down there I missed. Piezo Dance does unexpected magic damage, meaning it ignores elemental immunity and absorbing effects. Ooh, that sounds really strong. No? Nothing there? Chest in here, maybe? Nope, the other side. Ah!
Ready, everyone?
Okay,
Guess
okay.
it's my turn. On to the next one.
Did you see that? I'm amazing.
That was okay experience. Dark Deluge obtained. Demon's Rod. Finally can use the Artemis bow again. Good. Anything in here? Nope. Okay. Omega Flare's a triple tech, right? Isn't it? I think. This is a really pretty actual tile set. It actually looks really nice. I love the background. A lot of detail on it. Okay, yeah, I was right. Okay, Omega Flare is a triple. Got it. All right, so we need to go up here. And then we're going to go to the left. And that should take us back inside to go upstairs. I don't know why we just don't climb over the boxes, but I don't know. Maybe the wind currents make it unsafe. Upstairs. Let's go. It's going to be a Tengu Sneeze is a damage item for wind. I don't know if it's the weak or strong version, but I'm assuming it's strong because of where we are. It requires a gem gotten from the Black Omen. I don't know if I ever got that. Alright, well, what's over here? Anything? Or is it just like a dead end? Nothing? I'll be annoyed if it's just a dead end. Oh, thank God it's a chest. Soul food. I got some soul food. Da, 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 da. I got some soul food. Y'all sell me crap? Okay. The Blind Blade. All right. Nothing jumping out. Let's see. Yeah, nothing new, really. We're okay. Yeah, nothing fancy. All right. Let's see. Do we need to change any equipment? Okay, we're good. There is a chest up here. I saw that. Spell Blossom. Okay. Save point. Uh-oh. Rah-rah, Raggy. We'll get Foley Hill. We'll be okay. Yeah, Chrono Trigger's all about that Wonder Shot. Wonder Shot! Okay, here we go. Oh, or maybe no, not here we go. Oh, that's right. We got to go upstairs on the south. That's right. Come on down here. Go up the stairs that are over here. And then maybe we come back to that room after we do something upstairs. I don't know. Yeah. Well, let's look around. Oh, this is a right. Oh, damn. This is going to be a right maze. Here we go. Controls access to the floors. Uh-oh. I'm not gonna like this, am I? That's right. Get away from me. So if I do this, that allows me to go around upstairs more. And okay, that just opens that up. And then I can go over here. Cross over to here. Okay. No? Okay, that just takes me straight shot. So, there is a chest I do want to try to get. I think that I need to do that, though, to get to it. And then go down this set of stairs. I think. No? Okay. Pass over this way. Ah, there it is, actually. That's the chest I'm looking for. The spiked shield. All things considered, this is not a hard elevator puzzle, so that's okay. Elevator puzzles can be really brutal. Actually, does this get me anywhere? Oh, there was another chest. Earth Mallet. Okay, cool. Okay, go back up. Reset the other elevator, and then we're done. Nice and easy, folks. Nice and easy. Oh, that's right. The switch is right here. Onward! Any more chesticles? No? No more? I mean, who let monsters on this ship? Like, who was in charge of exterminating the monsters? Because they seem to have done a very poor job. Nice. Alright, let's scoot on down this way. I love the music. Feels very epic. Okay, any chests? There is a warp point, and that's the way up. So we actually probably want to come out this way. And then we're going to pop over down here. And then up here. There is a chest I can see down there, inside. There's another one right there. Shurikens. Nothing groundbreaking right now for items. I gotta go around. That makes me sad. If I don't go around, it'll probably be something awesome. If I do, it'll probably be shit, like a potion. Because that's how my luck works. Wait. How do I get over there? Do I not get over there? Can I jump? Stupid goose. So there's two chests over there. How do I get over there? There's not a doorway inside I missed, is there? No, not there. Could be a different route somewhere else, I'm not sure. But most of the routes so far have been self-contained. Or the rooms have been self-contained so that every treasure and everything is accessible from the same screen. Maybe I missed something in here? I didn't see anything, no. Like, it's hard to tell. I didn't see anything also on the previous floor. So maybe, possible it could be an additional way down. So maybe come up here and then go down on the other side, maybe? I don't know. Oh, more elevator. Outstanding. So what does that do? Oh, that's a... Oh! I didn't see there's another staircase. Oh. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay, can't cross over. But we can go up this set of stairs. Takes us here. Chest. Cool. Magic herbs. Get out of my way, buddy. How do I get down there? Alright, let's see. Switch somewhere? Where's the switch? For that one. I didn't see it anywhere. Aha! Then we come down this way. Down here. Gets us across. Bing, bang, boom. Chesticles. Alright. Money's okay. Rather some cool gear, but money's okay. Alright, so now we gotta go back all the way over here. Redo the switch, and then we can cross back over to where we were. And I'm so glad I can run, because this would take so long if all I could do was this. Sorry, dead end. Right. Not gonna lie, these are starting to get a little complex in controlling the lifts. Okay, so I need... Well, first of all, let's cross over here and see what's here. This is probably the way out, I'm thinking. Maybe? Yep, that looks to be the way up. Okay. That's a long run to get to that switch. Jesus. Alright, so we're here. We can now cross over here. Okay. And then I can do this to lower that to go to that chest. Man, I hope these are worth it. New accessories, all right. Go back up, reset that other platform. Yeah, probably not. If it's something I can buy, not really worth it. But I'm willing to check. Guy Bolg, kind of worth it. And I'm kind of hoping that I get like another kind of item like that. Okay, there we go. Oh, we could have gotten this chest from the get-go. Didn't realize that. Dragon scale armor. Ooh. Okay, you can put that on. Back to Great Bow. Okay. Ah, but we needed to do most of that anyway. We haven't fought anything. I'm just going to use an ether, I think. Or 5. And let's go ahead and save. I feel like we're getting close. This is true. Most FF-style games give you access to items early, but sometimes early items are really worth it. Sometimes, especially towards the end of a game, they also give you access to unique items. So it really depends. All right, this feels... No, okay, never mind. Any chests? No? Alright, here we go. Oh. Grand Hall. Is this the place where the shop was? I bet the answer is yes. Oh, but that's where we're supposed to go. Yep. So what's the top level? Or, oh, I was already at the bridge, I bet. General Concourse is probably a little bit... Okay. Aha! This is the chest that we missed earlier. Aha! Not very helpful. Also, not really helpful. Okay. The Grand Hall. Down we go. I'm going to go ahead and make a save because I have a feeling we are getting very close. Nope. Ow. I'm trying to play the game, dude. Welcome back. You didn't miss anything. Oh, here we go. Edna's here too.
You are admirably persistent, Princess Gloria.
Here we go.
But I am afraid you have wasted your time. The Wind Crystal's power has already been put to use. And what a use! Behold, the future made real. A vessel that soars through the very skies. A vessel by whose power I shall unite the world. People speak of harmony and cooperation. These are but foolish dreams. True peace cannot be achieved by means of such fanciful nonsense.
Oh, really?
How little it took to sow chaos among your precious, peaceful realms. Give each a crystal and all soon falls apart. Soon, you would have been at one another's throats again. War was an inevitability.
But it wasn't.
Not, then, look to one with true strength. One who can unite the world and establish a lasting peace.
What good is a peace won using military force and underhanded deception? And what use is it if someone more powerful comes along? In exhausting the power of the Wind Crystal, you have brought the Knight's Nexus's awakening even closer. Do you understand what that means?
It means that there will simply be another for me to crush beneath my boot.
Damn, he's arrogant.
Poor fool.
Aye, you're a fool all right. And an arrogant one at that. Reckon someone needs to put you in your place.
I'll second that. Anyone who starts a war in order to stop more war needs some sense beating into them.
As long as we're still standing, we'll never let you win.
Your reign of terror ends here.
I mean, to be fair, he did beat Sir Sloan and Gwydion and single combat, so he kind of has a right to be arrogant, but damn. Round 2, let's go. Now it's a real fight.
All shall kneel before me.
Now you've made me mad.
First things first, magnifying glass. 112,000 weak to axe. All right, let's go ahead and oh, that's cure.
You are about to witness my true power. I have to protect myself.
Whoa!
It's time to get serious.
Huh.
Get ready.
Okay then.
He's taken some major damage. He's taking big-ass damage right back. But he's also healing every turn. Interesting. This feels too easy.
You rang?
Did we get the... Oh! Hello. Did we get the poison? Oh.
Prepare
Those
to
do...
meet your maker.
Oh, okay. Those are dots. Interesting. You do not have poison on you, though. Let's keep defaulting.
Let's see.
Is affected by defaulting. Okay.
Now you've made me mad. This will shut you up.
Even through a default, it did almost max damage. Holy hell!
You're not completely worthless after all. You have grown stronger since last we met. I seem to remember you cowering behind Sloane rather than face me. Of course, you still do not have a hope of defeating me. No. You are destined to become a yet another footnote in the story of Holograd's inexorable rise! Now die!
We may have made him angry. Very angry. So what I'm thinking here is that Seth may have more DPS, but I think Adele can hit harder. Oh, nice. Physical defense.
See how you like this? That's nothing.
Yeah, he takes a shit ton of damage for putting those on.
Next, I wonder.
He takes a shit ton of damage.
Here we go!
And he's not getting a whole lot of benefit in turn. Like, almost none.
Be healed.
You saved my bacon there.
Yeah, he's gonna... I think he counters very specific things, though.
Prepare for impact. That's nothing.
Dab!
Okay then.
Is there anything I have that will pierce? No. We'll default then.
It's time to get
You asshole.
Prepare to meet your maker.
What do I have to get rid of, Dread? Balsam. Alright.
Perhaps this might help.
Cool.
You rang?
Let's keep that defense down. Here comes. Deal with the devil is this thing that heals him. Oh shit. Oh! Okay. Well then. Whoa! Okay. That's a problem.
Let's see now.
My time has not yet come.
It's nothing.
You are about to witness my true power.
Yes, more.
First of all, we're going to go ahead and get a raise. And then we're going to go ahead and drop a, one Kiraga actually should be
Does
enough.
that feel better?
Right. Time for a
Sacred
spot
powers
revenge.
Which will turn into 2 Kiragas, actually.
My bacon there. Oh, that was a close one, eh?
No, not
Oh,
now.
shit.
Hey, you okay?
I need to finish him now because Minus Strike will one-shot everybody. Because it's going to do damage equal to his total HP minus his, or the difference between his top and his current HP. So that's an issue.
See how you like this?
There we go.
I have toyed with you long enough.
I'm going to save the medic for
I
Elvis.
grow bored. Now, stand still and let me crush you. I must go forth and show the world the might of my beautiful flying machine.
We got this, though, I think.
Right. Let's
Yep.
sort this mess out.
And actually, no, we're going to do a formulation compounding. That's right. Okay, Resurrect was the full.
It's nothing.
Ouch. It's time to get serious. Okay. You may feel a little sting.
Not going to end this, but it's going to get us damn close.
You may feel a little sting. Let's see how you deal with this.
Next round.
Accept your fate!
Oh! Ow! Ooh. Youch! Whoa! How many moves? I'm going to end this right now because they'll be okay. The fact that they're not going to get experience is fine.
My reign!
Got him.
Cut short!
Okay, 4,000, it's fine. I don't care. Yow! And there's our new asterisk, the Dark Knights. Oh, I'm sorry, not Dark Knight, Hellblade. Hellblade specializes in attacks against multiple targets and are often willing to sacrifice themselves in order to maximize the damage done. Ruby Blades expend 25% of the user's max HP in order to perform 3 powerful fire-imbued physical attacks on a target at regular intervals. Sapphire Blades, same thing, only with water. Okay, so that's interesting. There's probably a lot more else. I want to take a look at that class. That class will be interesting.
Why? Why does no one understand? The world will fall into chaos without my intervention. You truly do not see this?
All I see are the same tired old justifications of 1,000 petty despots.
Damn!
The wishes and interests of ordinary people. It is consideration for others that breeds obedience and respect, not domination by others. But perhaps that makes no sense to one who only understands the way of the sword.
Edna, I'm gonna need you to step away from the crystal, by the way.
The crystal is mine, and you will return it to me.
That might be a bit of a problem, actually.
Edna, what are you?
She's either gonna take it or it's used up now. Oh!
The crystal's power! It's...
Yep.
I'm afraid I can't let you take it until I've drained every last drop.
Stop her!
I knew you were involved, but I didn't want to believe it. My own sister.
It's been a while, Adele. How are things?
Why are you doing this, Edna?
You know why. Because the humans have to suffer for what they did.
What did we
and
do?
And it's so easy, too. I just took the asterisks from the village, passed a few around, and before you know it, they're stealing the crystals.
What did we do?
After that, well, you know the rest.
Well, you know she's evil because she's hot. She's wearing a very skimpy outfit, therefore she must be evil. Oh, damn. This thing, the crystal is completely drained, basically.
I'm not so sure this thing will be staying in the air much longer. Guess I'll see you around, Adele. If you get out of here alive, that is. I mean, I'm sure you will. You're a fairy after all. Your friends, though? I'm not so sure.
Where's that levitate spell when you need it?
Edna!
Are we gonna let Adam die here too? Or are we gonna save everybody?
Oh no! This is not good!
Fear not, children of men.
Oh, the crystal!
Voice! Gwydion? No,
Oh.
it can't be.
Oh no! Oh, dude! Willow!
Hand you lot?
Man, you got big, buddy!
Martha!
Come, quickly. Onto my back, if you please.
Dude, you've gotten
All right.
big!
Gloria?
All right.
Grab the crystal. Grab the crystal.
So this is how it ends.
Adam, come on.
No.
Damn you!
Oh! Oh! Really, Adam? You're gonna be that kind of guy? Or did you just save me? Oh, yeah, you saved me.
No. You misunderstand. I do not wish you to die just yet. That is all. Events are now likely to unfold as Edna intends.
Uh-oh.
You must stop her.
Dude, come on.
This is how you will repay me for crushing my ambitions.
But how will you know I've done it unless you live?
Hero of light, do my bidding. And so, I depart this bleak, black world. Heroes of light, indeed. You are welcome to it.
That was such a weird death scene, though. That was so weird. I mean, I don't kink shame here. If that's what he wants to do, then sure. We got the wind crystal bass, though. We have all 4 crystals now. Man, dude, you got big fast. Probably should watch those dragon steroids.
Thanks, Gwillem. I thought we were done for. I can't believe how big you've grown.
Dragons and humans are not the same. The wisdom accumulated by dragonkind over the millennia is now mine. It is a source of nourishment greater than any feast. It is a gift granted to all those who watch over Rheindal. The gift of growth, of completion.
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
Oh,
now that the power of the
that's not
crystals is
good.
weakened, the Knight's Nexus is stirring.
Uh-oh.
We must hurry. Come, let us descend.
Ruh-roh. Chapter 5, Twin Ages. That description sounded really geeky. Thanks, Hemp. I'm glad you approve. I mean, yeah, a lot of these story events and everything are very cliche, but at the same time, doesn't make them bad. It still makes it fun.
You're hurt.
It is nothing. A piece of the flying machine grazed one of my wings, is all.
That's no grace. It looks bad.
Let's get you seen to, Gwillem. You've done your bit.
I never said you did say it was bad.
But there is one more thing first.
We don't kink shame here.
I must tell you of the Knight's Nexus.
Dun-dun-dun.
It features heavily in the memories of my kind. There can
It's
be
a
only
shadow
one
dragon.
Lord of Dragons, as you know. When one dies, the next inherits the knowledge of their predecessor, of all their predecessors.
Okay.
That knowledge now dwells within me.
There can only be one.
And I would pass it on to you.
Okay.
Many centuries ago, in the time before the rift between humans and fairies arose, there was a sacred spring. From that spring, true knowledge flowed. In time, there appeared one who hungered to make that knowledge theirs, and theirs alone. One who would come to be known as the Knight's Nexus. But it was not merely knowledge that the Nexus craved. No, it craved much more than that. It wished to consume all things.
So it was
living
definitely a being.
or otherwise. Animals died. Plants withered. The seas and the skies lost their color. Humans and fairies could do nothing but await certain destruction.
Okay.
But then the light of salvation shone forth. 4 heroes were chosen by the crystals and tasked with saving the world. They did battle with the Nexus and emerged victorious, but the Nexus could not be destroyed. Instead, the power of the crystals was used to seal it away. Peace returned to the land. But in such times as the crystal's power weakens, the Nexus threatens to rise again. And in such times, only the restoration of the crystal's power may deliver us from peril.
Okay. Which we kind of knew.
Maintaining the crystal's power was the sacred duty of the House of Musa. We have carried out the ceremony by means of which it is restored every 200 years since time immemorial. But the crystals were stolen, and their power has since been drained. It will soon be depleted entirely. It must be replenished before it is too late. We must return to the crystal's resting place.
Then climb atop my back. Let us make hay.
No, never mind, never mind.
You're not going anywhere. Not with your wing like that.
Adele is right. You must rest, Gwillem.
Forgive me.
There is nothing to forgive. Without your help, we would not have been able to recover the crystals at all.
Yep.
There is a path, hidden behind a certain waterfall in Halcyonia. If we take it, we can be a Musa before too long. Come along, everyone.
New region. Chapter 5, everybody. So that's cool. So this honestly kind of sounds like, oh, okay, more cutscene. Oh, hi.
Oh, I can hear you. Oh, yes, I can hear you.
Those wings are gorgeous.
It'll be time for you to wake up soon. And when you do, we can finally get rid of all the horrible humans. So what if he gets rid of everything else as well? I've never liked this world. The sooner it's all gone, the better.
That includes you. So she's a nihilist. Interesting. Oh.
Despicable. Oh, it is, isn't it? All of it. All of them! Which is why we're going to get rid of them! Every last one! Such a pretty color! I can't wait to watch it all come crashing down!
Color? Man, I tell you, the voice acting in this game is top tier. Okay. So, what we're learning in this case, this sounds like... It doesn't sound so much like an Eldritch God. It sounds more like something akin to Ganon. It really does. Very much it sounds like Ganon. I wonder if she's possessed by the Knight's Nexus or if she is just bad. I think she's batshit insane. Batshit insane sounds like a pretty accurate description at this point. Oh, Gloria's dead. Teleport stone to get out. I think that she is speaking to the Knight's Nexus. I think she has some sort of connection to it. But yeah, she's definitely insane. Definitely insane. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do first of all, we're going to rest. And then we're going to take a look at our Hellblade class. I really would like to see what that looks like, because that sounds really, really cool. So let's go ahead and hit a tent. Get everybody back to fighting strength. And I'm hoping Hellblade, seeing as it might be our last class, might have some extra tools and fun stuff to mess with. Because that looks like a pretty full list. Okay, Ruby Blades. Oh, wait, let's deal with the devil. 8% of HP and MP are restored at the end of each turn, but being knocked out will reduce BP to -3. Ooh. Okay. Runaga Sword. Strike all enemies with a powerful non-elemental magical attack. Ruby Blades, we know that. Fire imbued, water imbued. Okay, Dread Blade, attempt to fill a target with dread. Diamond Blades, it was same thing, it does lightning. Minus Strike, yep, we knew what that did. Carnelian Blades does earth. Wind, okay, so very elemental focused. Extremely effective against targets suffering from dread. Oh, okay, so this is the first time we've seen a class that can inflict a status ailment and then also use the ability that boosts damage against that status. That's cool. Light imbued, darkness imbued. The user is doomed. Exchange attack and defense are increased by 50%. Stats cannot be increased beyond 200%. Surpassing power. The upper limit of... Oh, yeah! Break damage barrier. Everybody needs to go through this class right now. Except for maybe Gloria. Maybe Gloria. Time to raise the limit, ladies and gents. Okay, okay. This is going to be our goal. This is going to be our thing that we're going to do for next time. Everybody is going to get this class. And we're just going to go farm the shit out of things. Well, it says damage. It says damage. Healing is not damage. Maybe if it's used against somebody else, like an undead, sure. But, oh, baby. Oh, this is going to be good. Adele's going to get more dangerous? Hell yeah. I mean, that's awesome. That is sick. First of all, let's also look at the armor. Nice. Okay. All right. All right. Ooh, I like that one. I like the white. The white looks really good. You just look basically just like Adam. Okay. I like that too. Kind of that black with tinges of blue. Okay, I like that. I like Gloria and Adele in this outfit. The color schemes look really nice. So that looks cool. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's what we're going to be working on. That's our next goal, is to get these boosted up.